Hello YouTube and welcome back to the latest PIDA Kanto weekly show. We are in our final week, week 15, and we have caught up. We did it. Woo! We did it. We absolutely did it. We caught up because right now, none of the playoff games have been played yet, so I don't know the future after this week. So, levels. So, before we get into this video, there are, once again, there are 3 forfeits, unfortunately, three forfeit games this week. So once again, as the last week and I think the week before that as well, if I do remember correctly, there are only going to be 5 games covered in today's episode. And the first of which is between the New Haven Nuts versus the Pure Pidgeots, with New Haven Nuts picking up the forfeit W. Next game, we have the Victoria Victinis versus the Ottawa Garchomps, where the Victoria Victinis picked up the forfeit W. And the final game was the Wenton Ho-Ohs versus the Boston Cyndaquils. But then Wenton Ho-Ohs picking up the corresponding W. So two of the green zone have picked up forfeit wins already. So that could affect who is playing who in the playoffs. Because as I said in the last video, that only the green zone matters in Kanto for this season as of right now, because so many people are dropping out. So I think there's only like 7 coaches remaining in Kanto. So instead of just pushing all of Johto up, so that would be ridiculous. So we're just going to, we're cutting down to 12, and no one's getting dropped down, because that'll just make things too complicated for my little brain. So everyone's staying up. The only thing we need to deal with after this week is green playoffs. Who's going to win? Who's going to get a franchise on? And who's going to be first ever champion of PIDA Kanto Division? So move on to our first game, where we have the Boston Typhlosions versus the Power Squad. Boston Typhlosions are staying next season, Power Squad are not. So we'll see how things pan out, shall we? So Boston Typhlosions brought Tangrowth, Jirachi, Yamega, Nihilego, Starmie, and Lolowak. Obviously, Nihilego got 6-0 sweep last week. Not 6-0 sweep, but it got 6 kills, didn't die. So can it do as good as it did last week? Let's find out in today's match. Well, the Power Squad have brought Snorlax, Mew, Scolipede, Umbreon, Togekiss, and Mega Heracross. So, as always, Power Squad have brought Scolipede, Mew for sit-up, before Celebrate Umbreon for sit-up, to Baton Pass into Snorlax on Mega Heracross, and Togekiss is there for Power Flinches. So, there's no Spore option from the Power Squad this week, which is very interesting, because I would imagine they would bring it, either Breloom or Vivillon, but they haven't brought it. So, maybe things will be, I don't know. I don't know if that's a correlation. Every time they bring Breloom or Vivillon, they win the game, but I'm not sure. But anyway, jump to this game and see how things get on with this first game. So the lead with the MVP from last week, the Nihilego versus Togekiss, which gets switched down to a Snorlax. And Nihilego sets up the rocks. Out comes Tangrowth, predicting a Earthquake or so, which does nothing because Tangrowth's a bulky boy. There's the Leech Seed as it goes for Toxic. So Tangrowth's on a Toxic timer. The Leech Seed damage racking up on that Snorlax right there. Out comes the Umbreon as it goes for Toxic, for Synchronoise, but he's already poisoned, so nothing happens, obviously. So Umbreon goes for Substitute as predicting Elite Seed from the Tangrowth. And now out comes Yamega, because obviously got Bug Buzz as he goes for Celebrate. Yes, it does. Excellent. I'm predicting a Baton Pass next turn. I would imagine. Are you Speed Boost, sir? You're not Speed Boost. He goes for Baton Pass out into his Mew as he goes for Bug Buzz. I'd imagine. Yep. Does a lot of damage. Gets a special defense drop, activates the Figgy Berry. So I don't know why he went down to Mew there, because a Bug Buzz was obvious from Yamega in my eyes. So I would have went out into either Snorlax or Togekiss against the Yamega. But that's just me. I know Strumpf coaching the Power Squad this week is a very good battler, so probably knows he probably just went to I don't know. Okay, I'm confused. Out comes Mega Heracross as he Baton Pass out versus Nihilego. Out as Nihilego breaks this up with Sludge Wave. Mega Heracross goes for Earthquake. Lives because Nihilego's Focus Sash. Goes straight out into an Umbreon, which sacks this thing off, which it does do. So Nihilego picks up a kill. Carry on from its good performance last week. Out comes the Snorlax. As it goes for Sludge Wave to try to do as much damage to as possible. Sacking Nihilego off because it's a 1%. So not going to be very crucial late game. So out comes the Tangrowth, out comes the Mew. Taking some rock damage from that Mew. There's the Toxic. Synchronize again, already poisoned to Tangrowth. Tangrowth slightly as Mew starts to bulk up with its bulk up. Fantastic commentary right now. So yeah, Mega comes in and the Mew goes for Flame Charge to get some more speed boost on it to be able to bat and pass out into the likes of the anything, but it dies to Toxic Leech Seed stall. So yeah, Tangrowth gets that kill. So the setup options for the Power Squad are dwindling, so things aren't looking good for them right now. So as the Snorlax goes for Recycle, Tangrowth comes out. Out comes Scolipede, predicting a Leech Seed, I would imagine. Yes, it does. There we go. Tangrowth absorbing all those Leech Seed damages. It's slowly winning down with Toxic. Out comes the Togekiss, bringing an Earthquake. I don't know why I said Earthquake. That's what I meant. Yeah, Mega. Yeah, Mega goes for Ancient Power. There's the red card from the Togekiss that sets up a Tailwind. So out comes Starmie as it goes for Thunder Wave. Out comes the Starmie as Togekiss goes for Roost. Starmie goes for his own Thunder Wave to power the fleeching Togekiss. Tailwind peels out as Starmie goes for Thunderbolt. Sets back Tailwind is set back up. There's the Air Slash. There's the flinch. So once again, Togekiss doing what it does best. Air Slash flinches. As Alola Whack goes for Protect to stall out the Tailwind turns. Goes for Shadow Bone. Togekiss lives on 3% as it sets up another Tailwind. Goes for the Air Slash. Doesn't get the flinch. Down goes the Togekiss to the Alola Whack with Shadow Bone. Out comes the Mega Heracross. He's going to Rock Blast it. And down goes the Alola Whack. Gets disabled because of Cursed Body, so he can freely switch into a Yanmega because he can't go for Rock Blast. Out comes Snorlax as he goes for Air Slash or Bug Buzz, I'd imagine. Yep, so next Bug Buzz will kill. No, it won't with the Figgy Berry. I tell a lie. Goes for Bug Buzz again. Brings it down to 32%. As Snorlax just keeps recycle spamming with his Figgy Berry. Out comes Tangrowth. Out comes Scolipede. Now, first bug is going to Protect, I'd imagine, or Substitute as he goes into Yanmega. Goes for the Substitute. So it's now behind a sub +1. It's probably going to bat and pass out, or just go for Protect to get some more speed boost off as he goes for Bug Buzz. Probably going to switch out into Snorlax at this stage, which he does. So it's +2 Snorlax by the sub. Yanmega goes for Bug Buzz. I don't know why he... Oh, he's obviously... I'm an idiot. I was going to say, why did he switch out when he could have killed? But Snorlax outsped with the +2, so we just click Recycle and just been there forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So predicting the Recycle only went to Tangrowth, so he could eat up hits from the Snorlax because it's a defensive monster. And see how things goes. It goes for Giga Drain. Doesn't even break the Substitute from the Snorlax. That's how bulky Snorlax is. As out comes Mega Heracross. As he goes for Giga Drain, which does nothing to Tangrowth. I mean, Mega Heracross, should I say. Out comes Yanmega. Putting the Earthquake from the Mega Heracross. Out comes Snorlax. You're probably going to Bug Buzz again, I'd imagine. No, you turn straight out into Jirachi this time. As he goes for Iron Head flinches. Pops the Figgy Berry. And it goes for Earthquake. Does just under half to Jirachi. Gets a crit. Iron Head. Gets a crit flinch with Jirachi. Another Iron Head. Gets a flinch. Gets another flinch because the Serene Grace Jirachi is a Oofers. It's a much Oofers. Out comes Scully. It's probably not looking good for the Power Squad at this stage, as Yanmega just goes for straight up Swords Dance to outspeed the Yanmega at +1. Go to Protect and guarantee the outspeed in case he's choiced or something. So he's now +2/+2. He's got a Swords Dance again as he goes for Bug Buzz, and down goes the Scolipede. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why he went for a double Swords Dance. I would have went for a Poison Jet. If he had an attacking move on Scolipede, I would have went for that. Or even if he bat and passed out, because the Bug Buzz killed Heracross anyway. So I would have clicked your attacking move if Scolipede had one at +2, because Yanmega's not the bulkiest monster in all existence. So I would have killed this thing with my attacking move if you had one. Then next turn I'd bat and pass out when you went into Tangrowth or Jirachi into Mega Heracross. Especially if you went into Tangrowth next, I would have went bat and pass out into Mega Heracross. I'd live the hit, and then I'd outspeed and just click Earthquake or Pin Missile or whatever, depending on what comes out, and that's GG. But unfortunately, that's what I would have done. But unfortunately, the Power Squad lose 3-0. David picking up another win. I think back to back now from the hell ago. MVP in that game was definitely this boy, this bug right here, getting up 2 kills and not dying. So David almost had a perfect game with everyone getting 1 kill. So if one of Yanmega's kill went to Starmie, that would have been a perfect game. Everyone got 1 kill. That's mucho. That's mucho. Not seen that yet. Hopefully in Season 2 we will see that, because it's a good feat to do. I'm putting it out there. If someone does it, round of applause. Round of a freaking applause. So yeah. So Power Squad obviously not coming back next season. So they kind of memed. And I thought having 5 coaches on the team would benefit them. But speaking to Ben, checkmate Ben, they didn't even talk to each other to like build the teams. They just went, right, who's better this week? Oh, me. Let me just build the team. And that was that. That was all. That was it. That was all of it. So they weren't taking it seriously. They were memeing half. They were half memeing, and well, yeah. So we want to game number 2, shall we? We want to game number 2, where we have the Black City Curums versus the Honolulu Holuchas, and the Honolulu Holuchas are rocking Blacephalon, Dragonite, Mega Aggron, Porygon Z, Azumarill, and Necrozma, whereas the Black Sea Curums are rocking Tornadus, Kyurem, Mega Medicham, Klefki, Magearna, and Raikou. So, we have one of the green coaches in the Black Sea Kyurem Zombie battling out for top spot. I think if they win this game, they are guaranteed first place. 100% guaranteed first place. So, they'll play more than likely to Pure Pidgeots in the first semi-final of the playoffs if they win this game. If not, they've got to play either the Wentoros or the Sinnoh Starlet. So, going to be a very big game. I don't know how seriously he's going to take it, because he knows he's already in the playoffs. So, they probably don't even care, because all 3 coaches are like similar level. So, all 4 coaches, I say, are similar level. So, all of them, doesn't matter who they play. So, he's probably going to just play around with this team. And then obviously the Honolulu Holuchas, there's their last game with the team, because they took over, what week did they take over? Like week 6 or week 7. And next season they can have their own team and can see if they can match this performance, because I think they finished, we'll talk about finishing positions at the end of the video, because that's when they get into that goosey content. So let's start the game as Mega Aggron leads versus the Raikou, as Mega Aggron Mega Evolves turn 1, as Raikou Volt switches out. Mega Aggron evolves turn 1, because it's supposed to. If you didn't catch out in week number 13, when they played the Boston Typhlosions, they broke this rule. I don't bring it up again, but he broke the rules. And I'll let it slide, because it doesn't matter. But anyway, let's go back onto the game. So, Raikou Voltage Shine goes into Tornadus as the Mega Aggron sets up its Stealth Rocks. As Tornadus goes straight for the default to get the rocks away, as Mega Aggron goes for Iron Head. There's a Heat Wave from the Tornadus, which does not a lot to Mega Aggron as he gets the rocks back up again. There's the default again from the Tornadus as it goes for another Iron Head. Lives on 12%. Goes down to Azumarill, predicting a Heat Wave. And he misses that Heat Wave, so bonus play there. As Azumarill goes for Aqua Jet, kills off the Tornadus. Out comes Raikou. Probably going to switch out into Necrozma, I would imagine. Yes, I'm calling these shots now. There's a Volt Switch. Does quite a bit to Necrozma. And out comes Klefki versus the Necrozma. There's a Toxic from Klefki with the Prankster. There's the Stealth Rocks. All the Stealth Rocks for the Honolulu Holuchas right now with this and Mega Aggron with Rocks. There's the Dazzling Gleam doing nothing to Necrozma because of the Klefki, obviously. There's the Magnet Rise to protect itself from the Earth Power. And Necrozma goes for Moonlight. So this Necrozma probably can't touch his keychain anymore. So out comes Hue and Black. Predicting probably something to come out. Oh my god, why am I just yawning? Doesn't matter. There's a Fusion Bolt from the Necrozma, which does nothing to Necrozma. So he goes for Ring Out. I'm thinking, why Ring Out? Doesn't Ring Out do more damage the more HP you've got? I think that's what it does. So why would you run Ring Out on a Necrozma? I don't know. I don't understand. Because Necrozma's a special attacker, is it not? So why would you run Ring Out if you're... I don't even know. Let me know down in the comment section what Ring Out actually does. I think it does more damage when you have high HP. So if you're full health, it does more. It's like it's kind of like what's the eruption and what's the water type one? Water spout. It's like that, but in reverse. So instead of your health being healthy, you need the opponent's hit points to be healthy. So if you're speedy mon with ring out, it can work if it's stab, but I think that's how it works. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comment section down below. And if it's ever brought again, I'll know for next time. So as Kieran Black goes for Roost, as Necrosby just goes for Moonlight. So we've got a recovery stall right now, but Kieran Black's obviously going to win because Necrosby is poisoned. There's the Earth Power, which is 25% to this Kieran Black. Down goes Necrosby to the Toxic. Out comes Porygon Z. There's the Ice Beam, does 38%. As Porygon Z goes for Z conversion and converts into a Ghost type. Electric type, okay. So out comes Klefki, who now, as Porygon Z goes for Recover, and it's going to click. There's a Toxic from the Porygon Z, and there's the Thunderbolt, which Okos is Klefki, and this Porygon Z is going to put in some work, probably. There's the Thunderbolt. It lives. Dazzling Gleam doesn't do enough to the Porygon Z. So, Beginner goes down to this Porygon Z, as Toxic damage is racking up against this Porygon Z. So it goes for Volt Switch, does nothing, because obviously it's resisted. Out comes Q and Black, predicting a I don't know, but he goes for Recover. Toxic damage is still racking up against the Porygon Z. Goes for Thunderbolt, lives on 9% as it goes for a Z. Tectonic Rage, super effective because Electric type, and down goes the Porygon Z. So out comes Blacephalon as it goes Hidden Power. Ground, I want to say? Has to be Ground. Surely. It has to be HP Ground. For the Raikou. But if it was like in the chat, I think Shadow Ball would have won the game because it's too effective on the Raikou. I don't know if it will kill Raikou or not, but +1 it probably would, especially at 76% health. So there's the Volt Switch from the Raikou as it's Citrus Berry. As he goes out into Medicham, as he goes for Mind Blown. Goodbye, Mega Medicham. The Citrus Berry allowed it to press on to live because of the that much. So there's the Thunderbolt. Down goes Blacephalon, unfortunately. But out comes Dragonite. You can just click live to hit and just click Outrage and win the game. It's GG to the Honolulu Holuchas, being out the Black Sea Curums coached by Zombie. Now, MVP in that game was definitely Porygon Z and Blacephalon. Blacephalon with the Citrus Berry set. Not seen a Citrus Berry set run before, but it's a very interesting, good set because obviously if you're rocking Citrus Berry, you can Mind Blown 3 times without dying instead of 2 because you will live because you're Mind Blown the first time, you'll get the recovery back off with the Citrus Berry. So you can do it again, live on 25%, and then you can click Shadow Ball or whatever when you're on 25%. So, or click Mind Blown again if you can sack off the Blacephalon like he did in this instance versus the Mega Medicham. It's all golden. So it's a very good set. And then obviously for the what's the other one? Porygon Z. Z conversion set. Oh, Z conversion Porygon Z can potentially be a problem if you don't. You have to predict wisely what type he's going to be, so you can hit it super effective with that type, or run Haid or Roar or the usual stop setup options. So yeah, I imagine Porygon Z is going to be drafted like early on next season. I really do, because of the Omni boosting. But speaking of that, the Omni boosting Z moves. Or what? Celebrate, which all Eevees get, and like Victini and stuff. And Venusaur, we've seen Venusaur have Z Celebrate. The only ones I can think of, like the major ones, which are Porygon Z and Kamata. And then there is another one, Eevee as well. I don't understand why Eevee wasn't drafted in Johto. Because of Omni Eevee boosting, when there's no rules. I don't know. Maybe it'll be drafted in Hoenn next season. Maybe it'll be drafted in Hoenn next season. But We'll have to see. But we move on to game number 5, where we have the Hungry Big Boys versus the Sinnoh Starlets. And the Sinnoh Starlets are rocking Volcarona, Gudra, Sylveon, Zygarde, Hooper, and Bishop. Where the Hungry Big Boys are rocking Galvantula, Mega Manectric, Zapdos, Thundurus, Durant, and Galvantula. So, obviously, Mono Electric with Durant. There's no Cloyster this week, which is very interesting, to say the least. Durant is obviously the MVP of the Hungry Big Boys so far, even though he's only brought him to the last... when did he start bringing it? Like week 6, week 7 he started bringing it, and it started to the Scarf Guillotine Truant set, put in the work. So, potentially, if Durant's got his glasses on again, he could win this game. Especially if it can guillotine the Zygarde, then things could be interesting for this team. If Zygarde goes out early, this game could be very interesting. So yeah, there's no Cloyster obviously, because Cloyster would have been the perfect counter to Zygarde. So I don't understand why it's not there, but I believe in my fellow UDL teammate in the Hungry Big Boys. So let's jump to this game and see how this one pans out. So out comes Galvantula versus Volcarona. Probably going to go for Webs, which it does do for. As it goes for Fiery Dance, lives on the Sash. As it doesn't go for the doesn't get the special attack boost, but it goes Fiery Dance again as it lands the Thunder, taking Volcarona down to just above half. Out comes Mega Manectric. Intimidate drop off as it goes for Thunderbolt. Lives on 5% as it goes for another Fiery Dance and Okos the Mega Manectric. The Volcarona is racking up the kills right now. So Thunderous goes for Focus Miss. I'm thinking, why? Well, he's picked in Bishop to come out? Why would you predict Bishop to come out versus a Thunderous? I don't know. Why would you predict Thunderous? I mean Bishop. Is it because you're predicting him to go for a Flying Stab? Because that's his only resist? That's all I'm thinking. Because why would he keep around a Volcarona at 5%? I don't know. But he lands it and Volcarona goes down anyway, so things are looking good. Out comes Gudra as it goes for knockoff. Knockoff to Gudra's. Well, there's Gooey, so it's speed choice specs. Oh, as it goes for Dragon Pulse, does lots, even without choice spec does a lot. There's HP. What HP is that? It's not HPI because it wasn't super effective. What HP is that? Water? It can't be water grass because that's resisted. Is it ground? It can't be HP ground, surely. Is it? I don't know. But Durant's here. Durant the Bay is here. As it goes for Iron Head and kills Gu Manchu. And minus one because of obviously Gooey. As he switches down to Zapdos, picking a Earth Power. He's going to no 1,000 arrows. So out comes Sylveon. As it goes to Hidden Power Ice. I imagine Sylveon needs that for days. Zapdos misses its Toxic as it goes for Hyper Voice. Zapdos lives on 5%. As it goes for Toxic this time. So Sylveon's now on a timer. Toxic goes down. Out comes Durant, I would imagine. Yes, it does. Goes for the Iron Head. Yes, it does. Goodbye Sylveon. Yes, it does. Out comes Zygarde. Probably going to go out into Zeraora to sack this thing off for the Earth Power. Down goes the Zeraora. Out comes Durant. Can Durant do this? Iron Head. Misses the Iron Head. That would have killed. That so would have killed. I'm certain that thing would have killed. That 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 would have killed. And if it was Truant, that probably would matter because Hooper Unbound could just come in and go, poosh, dead. Super. So yeah, GG to the Sinnoh Stars picking up the W in that game. The only coach in the green zone who played a game which got up a W because obviously the Black Sea Cubes lost in that previous game. Sinnoh Starlets, the MVP in that game was definitely Zygarde, getting 2 kills. Volcarona and Durant were not that far behind, both picking up 2 kills, but unfortunately fainting. So Durant is the MVP of the Hungry Big Boys in a mono electric team. That's what PIDA's all about. That's what PIDA's all about. So let's move on to game number 7, where we have the Sugar Puff City Swirlixers versus the Sydney Shamans. Both these coaches are not returning next season, FYI. So Yeah. Oh, yeah, the last game, both of the coaches was turning back, and same in game 5. So we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've seen 5 of the coaches who are staying for next season. Obviously, the Victoria Victinis are staying, and the Winter Toes are staying. Everyone else is leaving. So these last 2 games, they're not going to be continuing up for season number 2. But any coaches are welcome back whenever. They just have to start back in the bottom again from Hoenn. So you have to work your way back up, I'm afraid. But anyway, let's get into this game. Sugar Pop 6 Words have brought Cresselia, Salamence, Alola Muck, Rabombi, Mian Shell, and Registeel. Whereas the Sydney Shamans have brought Vaporeon, Tapu Lele, Infernape, Mega Pidgeot, Ferrothorn, and Mamoswine. So, Cresselia is a bulky gal. Salamence can be a huge threat to this team once the Mamo and the Lele are down. Muck, only weak to ground, so Mamoswine could be a problem for that. Rabombi, obviously there for webs. Mian Shell, my MVP in PIDA. So I'm expecting big things from that. As soon as Pidgeot and Lele are down, that Mian Shell can definitely put in the work. And obviously Registeel's a bulky boy as well. Only problem Registeel faces is probably the Infernape, but obviously he's got Salamence for that, he's got Rabombi for that, he's got Cresselia for that, so I'm sure that's still be fine. Obviously Mamoswine's once again part of the bunch of cabbages, so rooting for Mamoswine in this game. Tapu Lele, the tier 4 powerhouse to Tapu Lele. Vaporeon's wish support. Ferrothorn is bulky with rocks and spikes and leech seed and whatnot. Mega Pidgeot is just a Mega Pidgeot. And Infernape is an Infernape. So, let's jump to this game and see how this one turns out. Later, Mian Shell versus the Mega Pidgeot. Probably going to U-turn out into Mian Shell, which he does. Straight out into a lot of Muck, taking a flying type move, I'd imagine. There's a Hurricane. Doing not a lot to a lot of Muck. Burb Jesus U-turns out into Ferrothorn, taking a poison type move. But goes for knocking off the leftovers from the Ferrothorn. Out comes Salamence, predicting a Leech Seed or Stealth Rocks or something. But goes for the Thunder Wave, so Salamence is now paralyzed. Gets the full power as just sets up with Stealth Rocks. Salamence lands a Fire Blast, knocks out the Ferrothorn, and Special Salamence is a thing. Out comes Muck versus the Mamoswine. Lives on 4%, knocks off the Assault Vest from the Muck. Out comes the Vaporeon. Lands the Poison Touch against that Vaporeon, which is very, very crucial because Vaporeon on the Toxic Timer is very, very clutch. Doesn't get the Burn with the Skull as the Mian Shell U-turn straight back out into Muck. Sacking that thing off versus the Vaporeon as he goes for Z. Celebrate. There we go. Celebrating the Z Celebrate. Out comes Mian Shell as he goes for Taunt, so he can't bat and pass out. Which is a very good bring there by the Sugar Puff 6 Elixirs to shut down that support, that bat and pass support. So he has to stay in with a Vaporeon with all these stats on a Toxic Timer. So shutting down that Z Celebrate is very, very crucial as the Moonduck just stalls it out really. So the Z Celebrate options, because if that got the chance to bat and pass out into Tapu Lele or Mamoswine, that was game over. That was literal game over. Game over. So that's a very good bring to bring Bat and Taunt. Was it Taunt Mian Shell? Was it Mian Shell? Yeah, it was. Taunt Mian Shell. Madness. That's how you shut down Z Celebrate. You go, I'm faster than you. Try and bat and pass out. You scrub. So yeah, there's the Rabombi taking damage from the rocks. There's the knocking off the Focus Sash for Rabombi. Out comes Mega Pidgeot as he goes for the Quiver Dance. So does it outspeed Mega Pidgeot? It goes out into Infernape to predict the Moonblast, which it doesn't take that well because obviously it's neutral. Out comes there. Down goes Infernape to Rabombi. So Rabombi picks up a Gill. There's the Mamoswine who's going to Ice Shard and knock out the Rabombi. Woo! Out comes Registeel, who's going to probably Iron Head, I'd imagine. Interesting play there. Why would you go out into Tapu Lele versus the Registeel again when you were on a Mamoswine? Because I would expect an Iron Head from this thing. So I'd have went out into Mega Pidgeot. But when's Tapu Lele? I don't know why you did that. I've honestly no idea why you did that, but hey ho, there's the Iron Head. See, 64%. I knew it would do that. There's the Focus Blast. There's the Chopper Berry, so it does 25%. 25% from a Tapu Lele Focus Blast. Madness. So he still gets that kill. Knock off as he goes for Iron Head. Does 45% to the Mamoswine. Taunt is worn off from the red steel. Out comes Mega Pidgeot. It goes for another Iron Head. See, that's why I went to Mega Pidgeot instead of Cresselia that first time. There's a paralysis to make sure the Sugar 6 words can win the game late game. Out comes Cresselia as he U-turns out into his Mamoswine versus the Moonduck. And I don't think Moonduck can really touch the thing, so he's going to Red Shield to sack this thing off as he goes for knockoff. So out comes Mienshao for free. He's probably going to click High Jump Kick. Goodbye Mamoswine. Out comes Mega Pidgeot. And he's going to click High Jump Kick again. And goodbye Burb Jesus. And that's GG to the Sugar Pop 6 World. Picking up a 3-0 victory. MVP in that game was definitely Mienshao with that 2-0 victory. And Mienshao is proving the haters wrong. It's the MVP for a reason. For me, in PIDA, it's doing well for the Sugar Pop 6 World as well this season. So it's probably going to be moved up. I think it's tier 4 right now. It's probably tier 3 next season. Mad. Mienshao. Shout out to Elliot, the one guy. So, yeah, good game there by Sugar Pop 6 World. It's a fantastic play for the taunt on the Mienshao to shut down that Z-Celebrate options for the Vaporeon to prevent the potential sweep of a Tabalele and a Mamoswine. So that was very, very good there, bring by the Sugar Pop 6 World. And I hope these guys are the best in the future, because I won't be back for Season 2. So, move on to our last game, where we have the New England Blizzards versus the Mediterranean Quagsires. Both coaches not returning for Season 2. Obviously, Mediterranean Quagsires took over the Greenland Guzzlords in week like 8 or 9. And just for temporary, really. Temporary. So, New England Blizzards are rocking Scizor, Zoroark, Volcanion, Crobat, Victini, and Mega Diancie. Victini is back after a brief spell out of the squad, where Adventure Quagsires have rocked Delmise, Kyurem, Espeon, Gliscopod, Clefable, and Magneton. So, Scizor can be a problem against this team, for sure, because it's obviously very hard hitting, and if less Magneton is Magnet Pull HP Fire, then that's probably the best option he has to shut down the Scizor. Maybe Kyurem? No, Kyurem's weak to Steel, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. That's probably his best option. Magneton's probably the best option for the Scizor switch in. Obviously, he's got Zoroark as well, so if he's out with Crobat and he decides to Zoroark, he can't Psychic it with his Espeon, so there might be some mind games there as well. Obviously, he's got Volcanion. Volcanion's a monster. It just really is a monster. Victini can Z-Celebrate. We've seen Z-Celebrate enough times today, so why not see it for a third time, eh? And Crobat is obviously fast, and he's got Mega Diancie, which is Speedy Gal. So, yeah, let's jump to this game and see how things turn out. Leads with Scizor versus the Boom Magneton. And literally 20 seconds ago, I said Scizor is the best option for Scizor in this matchup because it can't really touch it. Forgot that Scizor learned Superpower, if I'm being honest. I really did, because I don't, unless I'm being stupid and Superpower with Scizor's common, but I usually see it wrong with Swords Dance, Bug Bite, Roost, and Bullet Punch. Or if not Roost, U-Turn. So, yeah. Yep, things looking bad for the Mediterranean Quagsires now. Turn 1 knockout. I can't remember the last time I said a turn 1 knockout. I love them. When was the last time I said that? Was it since... Have I not had one since I've been back doing YouTube? I must have done, surely. If you guys can let me know in the comments section down below. I'm a rapper, I didn't even know it. When was the last time I said that after this week? Before this week? Was it... I swear I've said it before the weekly shows came back last week. I can't remember. Anyway, out comes the Gliscopod as he goes out into his Crobat, as he goes for First Impression, which does nothing, because obviously resistant Bug-type Pete. Out comes Kyurem, predicting a Flying-type move. There's a Brave Bird, does 45% to this Kyurem. Probably going to go for Ice Beam now, so he's going to probably go out to Victini. Oh, he's going to go for Roost. As he goes for Substitute. Ooh. There's the Brave Bird crit. It's Infiltrator. Oh. Did I forgot Infiltrator worked like that. I really did. That's. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Who stays in against Securum? Maybe he double predicted that. Right. He's going to think I'm going to switch out between Ice Beam into Victini or Volcanion. So I'm going to substitute. So that way I can live the hit from the fire move income Victini or Volcanion. So I can click Earth Power or something and knock this thing out. But stays in, goes to Roost, and he's thinking, right, Crobat, I'm just going to Ice Beam, and that's GG because I'm behind the sub, it's not going to affect me. But Infiltrate comes through, just goes, hello substitute, let me move you out of the way, and just go, bang, and down goes the Kyurem. So now it's not looking very good for the Mediterranean Quagsire, so Crobat just goes, I'm just going to nuke as much as I can with Crobat. So, gets a crit on the Clefable, and this Crobat's just saying, right, I'm going to dent a hole in your entire team. Clefable's down. Crobat picks up 2 kills now. Out comes Galvantula, he's going to go first impression and knock this thing out. So, things are looking good for the Mediterranean Quagsires right now. There's the Aqua Jet. Victini lives on 58%. There's the Z Celebrate. There's the Z Celebrate we all know and love from Victini. As it goes for Searing Shot. Lives, gets the burn, gets the emergency exit, goes straight out to Delmise. And it just goes for Searing Shot again. Goodbye. Goes out. This is GG now because all these boosts, you can just go for Searing Shot, Searing Shot, Searing Shot, Searing Shot, Searing Shot, Searing Shot. GG. And we're going back to like the early stages of PIDA where Z Celebrate Victini actually put in the work. Because I think it was MVP week 1. And now it's MVP week 15. It's come full circle, ladies and gentlemen. It has come full circle. So, obviously, Victini was MVP in that game. The notes are over. The notes are finished with. So, it's been a fantastic Season 1 to PIDA. It really has. If you guys have enjoyed PIDA, make sure to smash the like button down below. Be subscribed for Season 2 when that drops probably towards the end of February, I'd say. So about a month's time. About a month from today, well not today, but this week, PIDA Season 2 will begin. So next week there will be the playoff games, the first semis, and then the week after will be the final. And then after that there'll be a week or 2 week break before Season 2 begins. So make sure to subscribe to say when that's around. Obviously, the reminder of my PIDA games will be up this week. So my week 12 game and week 15 game. Because 13 and 14 I got forfeit wins, so they're not being uploaded. Definitely go check that out, especially the week 15 one. It's a must-watch game. So, after all that plugging has been done and over with, let's move on to the table, the final standings of PIDA Kanto Division Season number 1. We have, in first place, we have the Sinnoh Starlets with 36 points, 32 differential. In second place, we have the Wellington Ho-Ohs with 36 points, with 29 differential. And in third place, we have the Black Sea Curums with 36 points and 24 differential. So, top of the table was very, very close. All on 36 points. Only differential separating them all. So, this is what I really wanted from this league. I really wanted to be very close between top and then it slowly goes down. Because, obviously, all the teams in this conference are same level of battlers. This is the main purpose behind this. So you could be in a league and play people with the similar skill set to you. So if you're a good battler, you'll be in Kanto and play other people who are on the same level as you. If you're new to league, you'll be down in the bottoms, practicing against other newbies, so you can learn, and then over time you can work your way up and get into Kanto and see if you can do the most up there. This is what this league's all about. I really hope we can grow this league as much more, because like I said before, we now have 3 divisions for Season 2, potentially, depending on how many sign-ups we get. As of this going up, there is literally less, there's not very long to go until the application's closed for Season 2. So, if you're watching this and you have not signed up for Season 2, and you weren't a part of Season 1, please comment section down below, and I can hook you up with a cheeky place in Season 2. And obviously the final position in PIDA playoffs is Pure Pidgeots with 33 points because they got a forfeit loss in that last week. So if they played that game and won, if they played that forfeit game and won, they would be on 36 points as well. And they probably would have finished obviously higher because they would have finished like third or second. Because they got -3 from that last game. So they would have been on 26. So they could have potentially second or third. So that could have changed the whole playoff semis up in arms. So the playoffs have been decided. And week 1, we have the Sinnoh Starlets versus the Pure Pidgeots. And the other semi-final, we have the Went and Ho-Ohs versus the Black Sea Curums. So next week, it's going to be a very short episode because it's going to be 2 games. But they're 2 very big games, and they should be superb. Absolutely superb. So thank you guys for everyone competing in the league. Thank you guys for watching and for full support from the PIDA in Season 1. I much appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!